verse of Narsinga Kavacha. So I'll just read the translation in English first. You will know what it does, and then I will start reading the Sanskrit. You can recite in your heart, or if you are able to recite it in Sanskrit with the pronunciation, more than welcome to recite with me. I'll read the translation. I shall now recite the Narsinga Kavacha, formerly spoken by Prahlad Maharaj. It is most pious, vanquishes all kinds of impediments, and provides one all protection. That's the brief understanding of Narsingh Kavacha, that it vanquishes all kind of impediments and provides one all protection. Narsingh Kavacham. And this Narsingh Kavacha is from Brahmanda Purana. So it is from our scriptures, from our Shastras. So it is not something which is just an ordinary mantra. It is from Brahmanda Purana. It is from Puranas. अथ श्री नरसिंह कवच स्तोत्रम नरसिंह कवचम वक्षे प्रह्लादेनोदितं पुरा सर्वरक्षाकरं पुण्यं सर्वोपद्रवनाशनम् सर्वसम्पत्करं चैव स्वर्गमोक्षप्रदायकम् ध्यात्वा नृसिंहं देवेशं हेमसिंहासनस्थितं विव्रतास्यं त्रिनयनं शरदिन्दुसमप्रभम् लक्ष्म्यालिङ्गितमामाङ्गं विभूतिभिरुपाश्रितम् चतुर्भुजं कोमलाङ्गं स्वर्णकुण्डलशोभितम् सरोजशोभितोरस्कं रत्नकेयूरमुद्रितम् तप्तकाञ्चनसङ्काशं पीतनिर्मलवाससम् इन्द्रादिसुरमौलिस्थ स्फुरन्माणिक्यदीप्तिभिः विराजितपदद्वन्द्वं शङ्खचक्रादिहेतिभिः गरुत्मता च विनया स्तूयमानं मुदान्वितं स्वहत्कमलसंवासं कृत्वा तु कवचं पठेत् नृसिंहो मे शिरः पातु लोकरक्षार्थसम्भवः सर्वगोपीस्तम्भवासः फालं मे रक्षतु ध्वनिम् नृसिंहो मे धशौ पातु सोमसूर्याग्निलोचनः स्मृतिं मे पातु नृहरिर्मुनिर्वस्य स्तुतिप्रियः नासं मे सिंहनासस्तु मुखं लक्ष्मीमुखप्रियः सर्वविद्याधिपः पातु पार्तुर्नृसिंहो रसनां मम वक्रं पात्वीद्वन्दनं सदा प्रह्लादवन्दितः नृसिंह पातु मे कण्ठं स्कन्धौ भूभरान्तकृत् दिव्यशस्त्रशोभितभुजो नृसिंह पातु मे भुजौ करौ मे देववरदो नृसिंह पातु सर्वतः हृदयं योगिसाध्यश्च निवासं पातु मे हरिः मध्यं पातु हिरण्याक्ष वक्षः कुक्षिविदारणः नाभिं मे पातु नृहरिः स्वनाभिः ब्रह्म संस्तुतः ब्रह्माण्डकोटयः कट्यां यस्यासौ पातु मे कटिम् गुह्यं मे पातु गुह्यानां मन्त्राणां गुह्यरूपधक् उरूम्नो भः पातु जानुनी नररूपधृक् जङ्घे पातु धराभार हर्ता योऽसौ नृकेसरी सुरराज्यप्रदः पातु पादौ मे नृहरीश्वरः सहस्रशीर्षा पुरुषः पातु मे सर्वशस्तनुम् महोग्रह पूर्वतः पातु महावीराग्रजोऽग्नितः महाविष्णुर्दक्षिणे तु महाज्वालस्तु नैरतौ पश्चिमे पातु सर्वेशो दिशि मे सर्वतोमुखः नृसिंहः पातु वायम्यां सौम्याभूषणविग्रह ईशान्यां पातु भद्रो मे सर्वमङ्गलदायकः संसारभयतः पातु मृत्योर्मृत्युर्न केसरी इदं नरसिंहकवचं प्रह्लादमुखमण्डितं भक्तिमानं यः पठे नित्यं सर्वपापे प्रमुच्यते पुत्रवान् धनवान् लोके दीर्घायुरुपजायते यं यं कामयते कामं तं तं प्राप्नोत्यसंशयम् सर्वत्र जयमाप्नोति सर्वत्र विजयी भवेत् भूम्यन्तरिक्षदिव्यानां ग्रहाणां विनिवारणम् वृश्चिकरोगसम्भूत विशापहरणं परम् ब्रह्मराक्षस्य यक्षाणां दूरोत्सारणकारणम् भूर्जे वा तालपात्रे वा कवचं लिखितं शुभम् करमूले धूतयेन सिद्धेयु कर्म सिद्धयः देवासुरमनुष्येषु स्वं स्वमेव जयं लभेत् एकसन्ध्यं त्रिसन्ध्यं वा यः पठेन्नियतो नरः सर्वमाङ्गल्यमाङ्गल्यं भुक्तिं मुक्तिं च विन्दति द्वात्रिंशतिसहस्राणि पठेत शुद्धत्मा नृणाम् कवचस्यास्य मन्त्रस्य मन्त्रसिद्धिः प्रजायते अनेन मन्त्रराजेन कृत्वा भस्माभिमन्त्रणम् तिलकं विन्यसिद्धेषु तस्य ग्रहभयं हरेत् त्रिवारं जपमानस्तु दत्तं वार्यभिमन्त्र्य च प्राश्ययेद्यो नरो मन्त्रं नृसिंहध्यां नमाचरेत् तस्य रोगाः प्रणश्यन्ति ये च स्युः कुक्षिसम्भवाः किमत्र बहुनोक्तेन नृसिंहः सद्दशो भवेत् मनसा चिन्तितं यत्तु स तच्चाप्नोत्यसंशयम् गर्जन्तं गर्जयन्तं निजभुजपटलं स्फोटयन्तं हठन्तं रूप्यन्तं तापयन्तं दिवि भुवि दिदिचं क्षेपयन्तं क्षिपन्तं क्रन्दन्तं रोषयन्तं दिशि दिशि सततं संहरन्तं भरन्तं वीक्षन्तं घूर्णयन्तं शरनिकर्षतैर्दिव्यसिंहं नमामि। इति श्री ब्रह्मांड पुराणे प्रह्लादोक्तं श्री नरसिंह कवचं संपूर्णम्। श्री नरसिंह देव भगवान की जय। Would you like to know the translation of what we have read just now?
Yes, Prabhu, sure.
Yeah. So do you have the PDF open with you, all of
Yes.
you? Yeah.
Yes.
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 Um, would you like to read the English translation? I mean, one stanza per person. If we can do that, everybody will get a chance to read the translation of this and understand. We can start with Rahul. He's first on the list as I see in this windows. Are you okay
Mhm.
to read that, Rahul?
Not a problem at all. So, do you want me to start from I shall now recite the
Sure.
nursery? Yeah.
Yes. Yes.
So, should I go ahead?
Yes, please.
Okay. I shall now recite the Narsimha Kavacha, formerly spoken by Prahlad Maharaja. It is most pious, vanquished all kinds of impediments, and provides one all protection. It bestows upon one
Yeah.
all opulences and can one elevation this heavenly planets our liberation. One should meditate on Lord Narsinha, Lord of the universe, seated upon a golden throne.
Okay. Vinod,
Uh,
do you want to do the next stanza?
Yes, his mouth is wide open, he has three eyes, and he is as radiant as the autumn moon. He is embraced by Lakshmi Devi on his left side, and his form is the shelter of all opulences.
Yes. Both material and spiritual. Okay. Kalpesh, next stanza.
The Lord has four arms, and his limbs are very soft. He is decorated with golden earrings. His chest is resplendent like the lotus flower, and his arms are decorated with jewel-studded ornaments.
Next one, Piyush.
Yes. He is dressed. Can you hear me? Hello?
Yes, yes, absolutely.
Okay, great. He is dressed in a spotless yellow garment, which exactly resembles molten gold. He is the original cause of existence beyond the mundane sphere. For the great demigods headed by Indra, he appears bedecked with rubies which are blazingly effulgent. Yes.
Kshitij, next one.
Sorry, I was on mute. Okay. His
Yeah.
2 feet are very attractive, and he is armed with various weapons such as the conch, disc, etc. Garuda joyfully offers prayers with great reverence.
Okay. I'll read the next one. Having seated Lord Narsingadev upon the lotus of one's heart, one should recite the following mantra. May Lord Narsingha, who protects all the planetary systems, protect my head. Rahul, please.
Although the Lord is all pervading, he hid himself within a pillar. May he protect my speech and the results of my activities. May Lord Narsinha, whose eyes are the sun and fire, protect my eyes.
So when we are saying my, we are actually thinking to protect everyone back home. This is what our thought is basically. Yeah. Please read further, Vinod. I think we have lost Vinod, or maybe he's on mute. Okay. Yeah. I think we
Am
have
I
him.
am I audible?
Yes, you are now.
Okay. Okay. May Lord Nrehari, who is pleased by the prayers offered by the best of sages, protect my memory. May he who has the nose of a lion protect my nose. And may he whose face is very dear to the goddess of fortune protect my mouth.
Kalpesh.
May Lord Narsinha, who is
Yes, next one. Kalpesh, please.
You're on mute.
Oh, sorry. May Lord Narasimha, who is the knower of all sciences, protect my sense of taste. May he whose face is beautiful as the full moon and who is offered prayers by Prahlad Maharaj protect my face.
Piyush.
Yes. May Lord Narsinha protect my throat. He is the sustainer of the earth and the performer of unlimitedly wonderful activities. May he protect my shoulders. His arms are resplendent with transcendental weapons. May he protect my shoulders.
Kshitij.
May the Lord who bestows benedictions upon the demigods protect my hands, and may he protect me from all sides. May he who is achieved by the great yogis protect my heart, and may Lord Hari protect my dwelling place.
Aditi. Maybe she will take time to reach there. I'll read that. May he who ripped apart the chest and abdomen of the great demon Hiranyakashipu protect my waist, and may Lord Narhari protect my navel. He is offered prayers by Lord Brahma, who has sprung from his own navel. Rahul.
May he on whose hips rest all the universe protect my hips. May the Lord protect my private parts. He is the knower of all the mantras and all mysteries, but he himself is not visible.
Vinod.
Am I audible?
Yes, you are now.
May he who is the original Cupid protect my thighs. May he who exhibits a human like form protect my knees. May the remover of the burden of the earth, who appears in a form which is half man and half lion, protect my calves.
Kalpesh,
Uh, May the bestower of heavenly opulence protect my feet. He is the supreme controller in the form of a man and lion combined. May the thousand-headed Supreme enjoy protect my body from all sides and in all respects.
May
Piyush,
the most ferocious personality protect me from the east. May he who is superior to the greatest heroes protect me from the southeast, which is presided over by Agni. May the superior Vishnu protect me from the south, and may that person of blazing luster protect me from the southwest.
may the Lord of everything protect me from the west. His faces are everywhere. So please may he protect me from this direction. May Lord Narasimha protect me from the northwest, which is predominated by Vayu, and may he whose form in itself is the supreme ornament protect me from the north, where the Soma resides.
Abhijit,
Yes, sir.
you know, uh, we are reading, I sent a PDF
Mm-hmm.
just now. So we are reading from Narsinga Kavacha. I've done the
Okay.
Sanskrit already. So we are reading the
Yeah.
translation. If you
Okay.
open that PDF, we are on the 19th verse, page
Okay.
5.
Okay.
So I'll continue reciting. When you reach there,
Yeah.
you can also recite. May the all auspicious Lord, who himself bestows all auspiciousness, protect from the northeast the direction of the sun god, and may he who is death personified protect everyone from fear of death and rotation in this material world. Rahul.
This Narsina Kavacha has been ornamented by issuing from the mouth of Prahlada Maharaja. A devotee who reads this becomes freed from all sins.
Whatever one desires in this world, he can attain without doubt. One can have wealth, many sons, and a long life.
He becomes victorious who desires victory and indeed becomes a conqueror. He wards off the influence of all planets, earthly, heavenly, and everything in between.
This is the supreme remedy for the poisonous effects of serpents and scorpions, and Brahma Rakshasa ghosts and yakshas are driven away.
One may write this most auspicious prayer on his arm or inscribe it on a palm leaf and attach it to his wrist, and all his activities will become perfect.
One who regularly chants this prayer, whether once or thrice daily, he becomes victorious, whether among demigods, demons, or human beings.
One who with purified heart recites this prayer 32,000 times attains the most auspicious of all auspicious things, and material enjoyment and liberation are already understood to be available to such a person.
Vinod, you there? Okay. Kalpesh.
This Kavacha mantra is the king of all mantras. One attains by it what would be attained by anointing oneself with ashes and chanting all other mantras.
Having marked one's body with tilaka, taking achamana with water, and reciting the mantra 3 times, one will find that the fear of all inauspicious planets is removed.
That person who recites this mantra, meditating upon Lord Narsimhadeva, has all his diseases vanquished, including those of the abdomen.
This is very important.
Mhm.
So I would recommend whoever of your known people back in India should recite this mantra regularly. Why should more be said? One acquires qualitative oneness with Narsimha himself. There is no doubt that the desires in the mind of one who meditates will be granted. Lord Narsimha roars loudly and causes others to roar. With his multitudes of arms, he tears the demons asunder and kills them in this way. He is always seeking out and tormenting the demoniac descendants of Diti, both on this earth planet and in the higher planets. And he throws them down and scatters them. He shouts with great anger as he destroys the demons in all directions. Yet with his unlimited hands, he sustains, protects, and nourishes the cosmic manifestation. I offer my respectful obeisances to the Lord who has assumed the form of a transcendental lion.
Thus ends the Narsimha Kavacha as it is described by Prahlad Maharaj in the Brahmanda Purana.
Very
Initial
nice.
encoding by Vijay Pillai.
That's okay.
Yeah,
That's
that's
okay.
okay.
Yeah,
That
that's
just
yeah. So this is from the Brahmand Purana, very powerful mantra. It actually is recited when there is a fear of disease around. So please recite this mantra. I would say back in India, whoever is there, please recite it once every day. It's very powerful, very, very powerful. And if you have Narsingadev in your mind, it's very simple to have Narsingadev in the mind. Just read Prahlad Maharaj's story. Prahlad and Hiranyakashipu story. You will have Narsingadev in your mind. It's a very, very popular story. Okay,
So I have a question here.
who's this? Sorry.
This is Rahul.
Hi, Rahul.
Hi. So somewhere it was mentioned that you write it in your forearm. So did they mean like how do you write it in your forearm? Because we didn't have any sorts of tattoo or anything in those
Yeah, yeah.
days.
No, no, it's not the tattoo. It is what they're saying is to write it on a palm leaf and wrap it around your hand.
Okay.
That's how you'd have seen rishis and
Hmm.
sadhus wearing leaves in their hands.
Hmm.
So that is
No.
how they would do at that time. You don't tattoo it, sorry. No, you
Okay.
don't tattoo it. Yeah, don't tattoo it.
Yeah, because that time we didn't have such things. So I was just wondering, how do you put it in your
Yeah,
forearm?
yeah.
How is that
No,
possible?
no, no, no. Even if you think about a tattoo, it will be a very painful process to tattoo this whole mantra on your body.
Yeah.
So the Lord will never describe something which is painful to you. So yeah, no, it's not that. Yeah,
Thanks for the clarification.
no problem at all. Yeah. Any other questions or comments on Narsinga Kavacha?
Prabhuji, just one. What is Shoma? Soma. What is that?
Soma. Soma.
Yes, Soma. Yeah, Soma.
Soma is the nectar which is drunk by Indra to be always opulent and also be rejuvenated.
I see.
It's not liquor. Please
No,
don't
of course.
misunderstand it here. Somaras is
Yeah.
not alcohol.
Alcohol never rejuvenates, sir.
No, it does not. No.
Yes.
So what is Somras anyways?
That is nectar. That is the nectar which the demigods drink to keep themselves rejuvenated.
Okay.
I mean,
Yeah,
this is just folklore, but I've been told that Soma was in the rivers, which have now depleted. Is that correct?
not very sure about that. I don't know whether there is any. Do you have any reference to Shastra on that one?
Yeah, I have read in multiple places, Prabhuji. I can share. No problem. I can share that.
Okay, is there a Shastra like a Brahmanda Puran or a Upanishad or a Ved? Is it from there?
It could have been, not that I remember the particular one, because I've read in 2-3 references, so I'm
Okay,
just
if it is a
curious.
reference from the Shastra, more than happy to share. But if
Yeah.
it is from the WhatsApp University, I wouldn't ask you to share it.
Yeah.
Or if it is Facebook University, or it is YouTube University, or is Wikipedia University, or Google University. I avoid these universities.
I have one question, Prabhuji.
Yes,
This is the 25th. Should I say verse? 25th
25th,
line. Yeah.
25th verse of the Nursing Kavach.
Yes. Yes.
Let me go
So
to that page. Can you tell me the page number, please?
page
6.
number is 8.
8 is the last page.
What I did now, I was also finding difficult to
Okay,
find. So I searched for
25.
demons.
Okay,
Yeah.
25 demons. Yeah,
Yeah.
demons
So
are
it
human
says,
beings. Okay, yes.
so one who regularly chants this prayer,
Yeah,
whether once or twice
yeah,
daily, he becomes victorious, whether among demigods,
yeah.
demons, or human
Demons.
beings.
Yeah, yes.
What is demons here?
You may be born in a demon family, but you may not be a demon. Like how Prahlad
Okay.
was.
Okay.
Prahlad was born to Hiranyakashipu. Hiranyakashipu was a demon, but Prahlad was a big devotee of the Lord.
Okay.
So you may be born in a demon family, but you may not be a demon. Vibhishan, the brother of Ravan, was the brother of a demon, but he was a greatest devotee of the Lord.
Mhm.
So you may be in that kula, but you may be a devotee of the Lord and will be protected if you take the shelter of Narasimha.
Okay. Thank you.
Demons is not by kula. Demon is not by um, looking, by looks or by physical stature. Demons are by their acts. A person may be looking like a demigod but acting like a demon.
Mhm.
You know, looking like a devata but acting like a rakshasa. There are many little demons going around in this material world. You will find.
Okay.
You can observe. They look very decent, well dressed but stressed, and they eat and drink like a demon.
Mhm.
Yeah,
So is this a reference to Prabhuji Devagana, Devgana, Rakshasgana? All does that?
correct. So demigods are devatas, the sons of Aditi, who was the wife of anyone? Muni Kashyap. Yeah,
But then
okay.
I have seen so many people who have been told that you are a Rakshasgana, but yet
Mhm.
they are devoted. So how does that make sense?
Can you provide an example, please?
Like, I mean, I know that all the Jyotishis, they say that one person is a Devagana, then one is a Rakshasgana. So if you are Rakshasgana, then ideally you cannot be a devoted person, right?
I still didn't get your question. So, an astrologer has told them that you are a Rakshasa.
Rakshasgana, you have more Rakshasgana. There is something
Rakshas
like that.
Gana means group. You are
Yeah,
talking
that's
about
what I was
Guna.
meaning.
You're talking about Guna. Guna or
Okay,
Gana?
Gana. I'm confused there now. What is the
Okay.
difference? Yeah.
Gana means Rakshas Gana means a group of Rakshasas. Devata
Okay.
Gana means the group of
Guna.
Devtas.
Then I think I meant Guna. Yes.
Guna.
Rakshas
Guna.
Guna. Yeah.
Yeah. Guna means his aspects,
Hmm.
good or bad. Our Guna is bad. Guna is good.
Okay. Okay.
Okay. So what are
Got
your
it.
aspects? So you may have 100 qualities total. Out of that, 50 may be bad, 50 would be good. So you decide who are you.
Hmm.
Now, astrologer cannot decide who are you, right?
Right.
Can he? It is
I
hard
cannot.
for an astrologer to decide. It is you who knows better. Yeah. The best way to identify whether you are into a Rakshasa category or a Devata category or a human category is the act you do when you are under stress. Whose shelter do you take when you are under stressful situation? Do you take shelter of God? Do you take shelter of Madira? Or do you take shelter of womanizing? Do you take shelter of gambling? What shelter do you take? You'll identify yourself.
Hmm.
Does it make sense?
Yes. Yes.
Yeah, it
Very,
does.
very easy to find out. Very easy to find out. So nobody can tell you because you might do that decision. You might take that decision in isolation. Nobody would know what you're doing when you're stressed because people try to find solace. They try to find what do you call it, tanhai, when they are stressful, and do all sorts of nonsense or good activities. Now it depends on the activity whether you are good or bad. Yes or no?
Yes. So isn't it very situational?
No, it is not.
Sometimes they may go in the track of sedatives, and sometimes probably, they may resort to the supreme power.
Whatever the situation may be, if you have a purity, you will always take the shelter of the right thing.
Yeah, true.
Yeah,
Yeah.
you'll always get a voice from inside to do the right thing. but your mind always takes it to a lower level. That's why the mind is compared to water, because mind is like water. The reason, because water always takes the lower status. It will always go into the lower levels. Whenever there is rain, always remember the low lying areas will be filled first. That's how our mind is. Whenever you're stressful, your mind will always take you to the lower level. Is it making sense what I'm saying?
Yes, sir.
So you have to be very careful and be control of your mind. That is why in every spirituality areas, you'll find control your mind, control your mind. Controlling your mind doesn't mean that you stop yourself from doing anything. It is taking your thoughts to the higher level, not to the lower level. Mind will always tell you to do the opposite, which is the right. For a student, when he wants to study, always the mind will say, go to sleep. For a person who's in stress, the mind will always say, go take some shelter of a liquor bottle or some woman or a man. That is how the mind acts. Yes, bitter, but truth. Yeah. Did I answer your question, Rahul or Vishal? Vinod?
Yes, you did. Thank you.
Okay.
Prabhuji, but a lot of times, what I've also experienced
Sorry,
is
who's this? I'm not
this
able to
is
see you.
this is Vinod here.
Yes, Vinod.
Okay, so I was asking, a lot of times what happens is, sometimes a lot of lessons need to be learned by doing the wrong things and then eventually rerouting to something that is eventually right. Because what I've also experienced is, in the short run, these pleasures do give you satisfaction, but then over a period of time, um, they cause you a lot more pain.
There are three
Um,
kinds of people normally. One who
yes.
understands by looking at others who are suffering. One who just hears and understands, the most intelligent, who reads the Shastras and understands and doesn't do the wrong thing. Very difficult to find those sadhus. Second kind of people who sees others, who's having a bad time doing the wrong things, takes the lesson and doesn't do it. Third number of people who sees, reads, everything is, sees that everything is going wrong, doing wrong, still does the same thing. So you choose who you are.
Hmm.
Yata ichha tatha kuru. Krishna says at the end of Bhagavad Gita, I have told you everything. It is upon you to decide what to do. Life is always about choices. Choose the best one. And the choice which you make depends on the practice you do with your mind, the thoughts you bring into your mind. That's how you choose.
Got it.
Okay. All right. So we will start reading from chapter 1, Bhagavad Gita. We'll recite our mantras just before we start reading Bhagavad Gita. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya.
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 Om Namo
Om Namo
Bhagavate
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 Vasudevaya.
Vasudevaya.
Sarthyam
Sartyam
Sartham
Satyam
Arjunasya Adau
Arjuna
Arjunasya
Arjunasya
Adau
Arjunasya
Purvam Gitamritam Dadau
Kurvam
Purvam
Purvam
Gita
Gitamritam
Gitamritam
Dadau
Dadam
Dadau
Lokatra Upakarya
Lokatra
Lokatra Karya
Upakarya
Lokatraya
Tasmai Krishnatmane Namaha.
Tasmai
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 Krishna
Krishnatmane
Krishna
Namaha.
Namaha.
Srimad Bhagavad Gita ki jai. Okay. All right. Last week's discussion, we ended on 1.30?
Yes.
Yes. All right. I think we were also discussing on what will be the next question or the direction from Arjuna. Yes. So the next verses in Bhagavad Gita 1.30 onwards bring up the next argument from Arjun. So did all of you get a chance to analyze and understand what could be the next argument by Arjun?
Yes, Prabhuji, we had discussed, me, Rishi, and Kalpesh.
Mhm.
So, so basically, I feel that Arjuna is, asking Krishna that how can I have the happiness in my life? After killing all of these people on the battlefield, like after all those for whom I desire them are now arrayed on this battlefield, as he says. So how can I be happy?
Which verses do you think they are from? 31 to 35?
Yes.
Very nice. Very nice. So this exercise was done by you, Abhijit
Me,
and Kalpesh, yeah?
me, Kalpesh and Rishi.
You, Kalpesh. Very nice. Very nice. Good.
Yes. Yeah.
Good analysis. Very good analysis. Yeah, we will discuss more on that. Yeah, so you were group A, group 1, right?
Group
That
2,
was
sir.
group
We are
2.
group 2.
Group
Yeah.
2. Okay, group 1. What are your
Yes.
comments?
Yes. Kshitij, we had
Yes.
discussed this.
Yeah.
Can
Yeah.
you?
Sure. Sure. That's what I was thinking. Who goes
Yeah.
first?
You go first. Last time I was the only one speaking, so I want you to speak now.
Yeah. Yeah. Sure. Okay. So from 31 to 35. In fact, I went through till 40.
Very
I
nice.
Yeah.
Varnasrama. I actually like the Varnasrama part. Actually, I was thinking we have to discuss 39, 40, but anyways, we'll stick to 31 to 32,
35.
35. So
Yeah.
in this verse, as per this, as everybody's now, I think, understanding that Arjuna is feeling that why exactly is he in this situation. So we all discussed that, and we all agree that every individual or a human being falls in such a situation where he thinks that why am I here, and why exactly is this happening to me. So as Arjuna's case is where he's standing in front of his relatives, maternal uncles and everyone, and then he's in a situation that why am I fighting for this, and why should I kill all my uh, grandparents and maternal uncles and all. So he's actually forgotten, the gist is he's actually forgotten that individuals so there are two important words in this, nimittani viparitani, where nimittani viparitani means the person has got so much of frustration in his expectations that he's forgot what his welfare is actually in. It's in remembering the supreme godhead, and he's forgot that, and he's just thinking about his self-interest.
Very nice.
And
Very nice.
that's where we think that he's lost his mental imbalance at that stage, and these thoughts are coming out of that from his mind.
Very good. Very good. Very
and
good
uh,
analysis.
and
Yeah.
other important thing is which I think I just messaged this morning. Every individual on this planet has this situation where he thinks that why exactly he is here, and why are these things happening to him only,
Mm.
which we all should think about that. What exactly is the supreme attainment we want? It is thinking or taking the shelter of the Lord Vishnu or Krishna, or
Mm.
or uh, or thinking about the evil consequences of this material world.
Very nice. Very nice. I think you guys have spent quite a bit of time on this. Very nice. I can hear that. Very good analysis. Okay, all right. Just to ask you, this Bhagavad Gita, if you look at Bhagavad Gita from a different angle, okay, one thing is that it is um, a discussion between Krishna and Arjun, where Arjun is asking the question and Krishna is responding to them. Do you also see this as a question and answer by Dhritarashtra and Sanjay?
Of course, the first verse itself is like, "Oh Sanjay, please tell me what is happening in the." So this is the entire
Yes.
movie being shown by Sanjay to Dhritarashtra, and
Yes.
Krishna is actually showing what is happening on the battlefield
Hmm. So if you look
through
at it
Sanjay.
carefully from this, so I'm looking at it from a different angle now. So Bhagavad Gita can be looked from various angles. So the more you read it, the more your analysis will be, um, diverting into different angles, and you'll get new realization. You'll get new understanding. One of them I'm just sharing with you. So if you read the first verse of Bhagavad Gita, 1.1, it is Dhritarashtra Uvacha. Please see if you can see the Sanskrit of that verse. We have newcomers also, so it will be good for them also to have a look at the first verse of Bhagavad Gita, Rahul and Vinod. And does Rahul and Vinod know where to look for the verses? Whoever has introduced them to the group, have you shared the link with them?
Yes, Piyush has shared the link.
Okay, good. So if you use that link, you should be able to go to chapter 1, verse 1. If you hit that link, it will open up into a page where you should be able to see Sanskrit, that is in
Yes.
the Devanagari script. You will see the verse, and you'll also see the same written in English, but it recites to Sanskrit and then the translation.
Sure. Sure.
So 1.1, first verse of Bhagavad Gita is Dhritarashtra Uvacha Dharmashetre Kurukshetre Samavetaha Yuyutsava Mamakaha Pandavascha Aiva Kim Akurvata Sanjaya. So the translation in English is Dhritarashtra is asking two questions to Sanjay, that after assimilating in the battlefield of Kurukshetra, which was a Dharmashetra also, what did my sons and the sons of Pandu do? Very simple. Can someone read the translation?
So
Yeah.
Dhritarashtra said, O Sanjaya, after my sons and the sons of Pandu assembled in the place of pilgrimage at Kurukshetra, desiring to fight, what did they do?
Yeah. So they're desiring to fight, and they're assembled at Kurukshetra. What did they do? So how many questions did he ask? Maybe I'll ask Rahul. How many questions do you see in this translation?
Just a second.
Sure. Maybe Vinod can also see and try this. How many questions do you think are there, Vinod, in this statement?
There are two questions, I feel.
Very good. What are those two questions?
He's sort of hinting at the fact that they were desiring to fight one.
Mhm,
So he's
mhm.
inquiring on that. And the second question is he's actually going ahead and asking what did they do.
Okay,
So those are the two questions I feel.
so your statement, two questions, is definitely right. But one of the questions are not you know, at par. Someone else would like to try? What are the questions?
See, I see only one question over here.
Okay, you see only one question. Okay, yes,
Yes,
please go ahead, Rahul.
where he is checking on the karma of these people,
Okay,
the sons of
so
Pandu.
okay, so Vinod is correct on one thing, that there are two questions. So there are definitely two questions. I'm after what are these two questions? Yes, Abhijit.
Sir, I see two questions.
Yeah.
The question is the same, but one question is regarding his own sons, and the second question is regarding Pandu's sons.
Very nice. Yeah,
So the
that is
question is the same. They have assembled over here. They are willing to fight, desiring to fight the battle. One is going to be victorious, all other things. But what are my sons doing, and what are Pandu's sons doing?
these are the two questions. Absolutely, very good, Vinod. On there are two questions. Thanks, Abhijit. So there are
Thank you, sir.
two questions. What did the sons of Pandavas do? Pandava do? What did the sons of Kauravas do? That is my sons do. Yeah, and very well analyzed, Rahul. Thought about it, karma. But karma part would be taken in the further verses of Bhagavad Gita. At the moment, it is very basic in the beginning. So they will touch on karma part, and you're going in the right direction. That first three chapters of Bhagavad Gita will be targeting, at least first six of chapters of Bhagavad Gita will be targeting progression from karma to karma yoga, which is a very good thought. But initially, it is only talking about the statements given by these different characters in terms of their own benefit. So if you see Dhritarashtra, he only wants to know what did Kauravas do and what did Pandavas do. So if you look from that angle, all of you, you'll see that from verses 1.2 to 1.13, the first question is answered by Sanjay. What did Kauravas do? In 10 verses. So Kaurava's representative is Duryodhan. So what did Duryodhan do is described in the verses 1.2 onwards till 1.13. These are all shlokas and the aspects which happened with Duryodhan, which we have done that already. Correct? And from 1.13 onwards, that is from 1.14 till the end of Bhagavad Gita, it is what did the Pandavas do. So the Pandavas representative is Arjun. And the reason I say that is because Krishna says that in verse 10, in chapter 10, verse 37. Now, okay, I have already said the number. I shouldn't have actually. So, Krishna says in 10.37, he says, Vrishni Nam Vasudev Vasmi, that among Vrishnis, I am the one. The best among the Vrishni is Krishna, and the best, I am the Dhananjaya among Pandavas. That is Arjun. So the best among Vrishnis is Krishna, the best among Pandavas is Arjun. That's why he is the representative of Pandavas. Makes sense? So anyone would like to see verse 10.37 where Krishna says that? Maybe Kalpesh, do you want to have a look at 10.37?
Yeah, yeah.
What does it say?
It says of the descendants of uh, how do I say this?
Vrishni,
VRSN
Vrishni,
Vrishni.
Vrishni. Yeah.
Of the descendants of Vrishni, I am Vasudeva,
Mm.
and of the Pandavas, I am Arjun.
Mm. So he's saying that Krishna or the Ishwar, who's he? The best. Among the Pandavas, he's Arjun. Among the Vrishnis, he's Krishna. That's why he's describing himself. Okay.
Of of the sages, I'm Vyasa, and
Vyasa.
among great thinkers, I am Usana.
Ushana.
Ush,
Ushana.
Ushana.
Ushana. You know who's Ushana? Abhijit, you want to try? Who's Ushana?
I'm not sure.
It's
The
Shukracharya.
thinker. It's
Shukracharya, yeah.
okay. Okay.
Shukracharya.
The
Ushana.
guru of the Daitya Guru.
Demons. Yeah.
Daitya
Demons.
Guru.
Daitya. Oh, his
Yeah.
his second name, one of the names.
Ushana.
Okay.
And if you see thinker in that verse, the Sanskrit word is kavi.
Yeah.
So kavi does not mean poet. It's very difficult to translate Sanskrit. Okay. In English. Translation of Sanskrit in English, we can only go near to that word. Poet is also a good thinker, but the meaning of kavi is not poet. Meaning of kavi is great thinker. The person who has enormous analysis skills, analytic skills is called kavi,
Yeah, subject matter expert.
subject matter expert. Yeah. Analysis. You know what is analysis, right? Everyone? Analysis is breaking down. So you break down and understand. How much you break down? That is your analytic skills, analytical skills. Okay. So this is what Bhagavad Gita is. 2 questions answers. If you look from there. First question, what did the Kauravas do? Second question, what did the Pandavas do? It's whole Bhagavad Gita is on that. So Kauravas, what he does? What did Duryodhan do? Yes. Anyone? What did he do? From 1.2 to 1.13?
He was addressing his army. He was politically praising as well as showing people their defects. He was addressing Bhishma Pitamaha. He was addressing Dronacharya. He was addressing Krupacharya. He was telling the army who all are assembled over here, what are the interests of Pandavas, what are our interests, and what are. But he was also showing his fear over there, that his army, though had very good abled chiefs and his best of the people, but still he was not confident that they were willing to fight the battle.
Okay. So he had all the powerful people on his end and he was addressing them, trying to tell them to fight for him. Yeah. And trying to motivate them somehow to do their best. Yes,
Yeah.
Kshitij.
And I'd like to add the one verse which we discussed quite a lot in detail, that the Bhishma Pitama is capable in all his skills and everything, but Pandavas, Duryodhana was saying this to that Bhishma Pitama is on our side and will definitely win this battle. But on the other side, there is Bhima, who has the motivation to fight, and that is more powerful than having all the required skills for winning the battle.
So the will is more powerful than the skill.
Yeah,
Yeah. That's how we, say if you are willing to do something, you'll find the skills. But if you only have the skills and do not have the will, you will you might get into a state of depression. That's how it is defined in psychology. When you have the skills to do something, but you do not have the will to do it, that state is called depression. And that's why our group's name is antidepressant. Yeah. So Bhagavad Gita is also known as antidepressant because Krishna tries to revive the will of Arjun to fight because he has lost that, although he has the skills. Okay. So what did Arjun do? Now this was Duryodhan, he did that. What is Arjun doing right from beginning?
Right. So Arjuna starts with, he's blowing his Devadatta at that time. Chapter 1, verse 15, I'm seeing. So Lord Krishna blew his conch shell called Panchajanya, and Arjuna blew his Devadatta. And Bhima, the voracious eater and performer of Herculean tasks, blew his terrific conch shell called Pondra. So, yeah. He starts with, that's what I feel, he starts with that first.
Okay. What else is Arjun doing?
Then Arjun is actually also requested Krishna to take his chariot in between these two armies to to gauge what's happening.
Okay, good. What else Arjun is doing?
And then he's also trying to see who has come there to fight from both the sides.
Right. What else Arjun is doing?
I think
He's
alongside.
preparing.
Yeah.
Sorry,
Go ahead.
please go ahead.
No, please.
Okay, so I think alongside analyzing what's happening and what's going on in the battlefield, he has this sense of righteousness in him that's getting him confused about which direction he should go to. So hence he's continuously questioning himself and seeking guidance from Krishna.
Very nice. That is the most powerful aspect of Arjun. That he is seeking guidance from Krishna or seeking guidance from the Supreme. And that is the main difference between Arjun and Duryodhan. Very simple to understand. The moment we rely only on ourselves and try to do something and find the solution, we are taking the path of Duryodhan. The moment we take shelter of Krishna and take guidance from him, we instantly take the right path, as you correctly said, righteousness. That is the difference between demon mentality and a Deva mentality. You do not become a Dev or a demon by just looks or by your physical stature. As I said earlier, you become demon or a human being or a Dev by your actions, by your thought process. Seeking shelter of Krishna is what Arjuna is doing. He's taking guidance from him. He's asking questions to Krishna. He's not just doing things by himself. That is why the Shastras start with Tato Brahma Jigyasa. You have to ask questions. And your answers are in the Shastras. Bhagavad Gita is the essence of all the Vedas. Shankaracharya. Everyone knows who's Shankaracharya?
Right, Adi Shankaracharya.
Yeah. Shankaracharya. Not Adi Shankaracharya. Shankaracharya. You know who's Shankaracharya? The sage. the actual sage whose name was Sankaracharya. Yeah, you can Google this one. This will be all same. This will all be different. Shankaracharya was a sage. Okay, and he established a lot of mathas, one of the spiritual pillars of India, of Dharma. Shankaracharya said this, that Vedas are like the cow and Bhagavad Gita is the milk. So the essence of all the Vedas is Bhagavad Gita.
So, Guruji, sorry to interrupt here. So, are the Shankaracharya and Shankaracharya different because that, or are they the same?
Adi
Because
means,
Go ahead, sir. Sorry.
yeah, Adi. What is the meaning of Adi?
I think it's old, right?
Previous.
Okay. Shankaracharya was the name of the sage. You can put any prefix or suffix.
Okay.
That is irrespective. So the name of the sage or the sadhu or the main pillar, the person personified, when we say Shankaracharya is his name. Shankar Acharya.
So the doctrine of Advaita Vedanta, that is created by Shankaracharya.
Yes. So
Is that
he
correct?
has
Yeah.
a path of his own,
Yeah.
but he's one of the pillars of spirituality. Yeah. So he also, even his side of things, I mean, he said this, that Vedas are like the cow and the milk is Bhagavad Gita. So Bhagavad Gita is the essence. This is the understanding of Bhagavad Gita. That's what we are reading. So if Bhagavad Gita says take shelter of Krishna, that means the whole Shastra's essence is take shelter of Krishna. That's what the message of Krishna, message of Bhagavad Gita is. Okay. So what was 1.30? Nacha shakyomya vasthatum brahmativa cha me manah nimittani cha pashyami viparitani keshava. Yeah, I'm just reading this verse because we have read this verse last time. The translation: I am now unable to stand here any longer. I'm forgetting myself and my mind is reeling. I see only causes of misfortune, O Krishna, killer of Kesi demon. So the name Keshava is killer of Kesi demon. What other meanings of Keshava? And what does reeling mean?
Keshav
Filled
is
with.
another name of Krishna, right?
Yeah. What does that mean? Keshav.
Because Krishna had killed the demon called Kesi.
Yeah, that's one. He had killed the demon. Any other understanding of Keshav?
So maybe people who are, wanting to avoid bad luck or ill omens.
No, Keshav means the one who has curly hair.
Okay.
Yeah,
Keshav. Supposed to be beautiful.
I've heard people say Keshav, so they take that name whenever they have to do that. I think that's where I'm understanding. But yeah.
So Keshava. And it also means, Keshava means the source of Brahma and Vishnu. Sorry, source of Brahma and Shiva. Ka Isha Vapu. That is also Keshava. So if you see Vapu,
What's Vapu?
Shiva.
Acha. Okay.
Isha, Brahma, Krishna, Isha, Vapu, Keshava. That's where it is deriving. So that is also one meaning of. Okay, what is reeling? So the translation, my mind is reeling. I see only causes of misfortune.
Filled with, confused, going around and around.
Yeah, sorry, say that louder, please.
Filled with, spinning around.
Yeah, spinning around, shock. Yeah, confused.
Confused.
Yeah, okay, first. Okay, 31 to 35. Let's read these verses and then discuss this. 1.31. Please repeat after me. Nacha Shreyo Anupashyami
न च श्रेयो
Natashreyo
अनुपश्यामि
Anupashami
Hatva Swajanamavai
हत्वा
Hatva
Hatva
Swajanamahave
स्वजनमाहवे
Nakangikshe Vijayam Krishna
न काङ्क्षे
Nakankshe
विजयं
काङ्क्षे
Vijayam
कृष्ण
विजयं
Krishna
कृष्ण
न च राज्यं सुखानि च
न च
न च
Nacha
राज्यं
Rajyam
सुखानि
राज्यसुखानि च
च
Sukhanita
न च श्रेयो अनुपश्यामि
न च
Nashashreyo
श्रेयो
श्रेयो न
Anupashami
पश्यामि
अनुपश्यामि
हत्वा स्वजनमाहवे
हत्वा
हत्वा
Hatva
स्वजनमाहवे
स्वजनमाहवे
Swajanamahave
न काङ्क्षे विजयं कृष्ण
न
न
Nakangshe
काङ्क्षे
काङ्क्षे
Vijayam
विजयं
विजयं
कृष्ण
Krishna
कृष्ण
न च राज्यं सुखानि च
न
न
च
च
राज्यं
राज्यं
Narajyam
सुखानि च
सुखानि च
Sukhanita
न च श्रेयो अनुपश्यामि
न च
न च
श्रेयो
श्रेयो न
अनुपश्यामि
पश्यामि
Anupashami
हत्वा स्वजनमाहवे
हत्वा
Hatva
हत्वा
स्वजनमाहवे
Swajanamahave
स्वजनमाहवे
न काङ्क्षे विजयं कृष्ण
न
न
च न
काङ्क्षे
Nakangshe
काङ्क्षे
Vijayam
विजयं
विजयं
कृष्ण
कृष्ण
Krishna
न च राज्यं सुखानि च
न
न
च
च
राज्यं
राज्यं
Narajyam
सुखानि
सुखानि च
Sukhanita
I do not see how any good can come from killing my own kinsmen in this battle, nor can I, my dear Krishna, desire any subsequent victory, kingdom, or happiness. Let's read 1.32 to 35. So these are four verses all together. Are you on this page, everyone?
Yes.
Yeah. किं नो राज्येन गोविन्द
किं
Kim
नो
no
राजेन
Rajyena
राज्येन
गोविन्द
गोविन्द
Govinda
किं भोगैर्जीवितेन वा
किं
किं
Kim
भोगैरजीवितेन
Bhogaiर्jeevitena
वा
भोगैर्जीवितेन वा
Va
येषामर्थकाङ्क्षितम्
Yesham
येषामर्थकाङ्क्षितम्
येषामर्थकाङ्क्षितम्
Arthikangshitam
नो राज्यं भोगः सुखानि च
नो
नो
No
राज्यं
राज्यं
भोगा
Rajyam
सुखानि च
भोगसुखानि च
Bhogasanita
तैमे अवस्थिता युद्धे
तैमे
Taime
अवस्थिता युद्धे
avastita yuddhe
युद्धे
प्राणां सत्यक्त्वा धनानि च
प्राणां
Pranam
प्राणां
त्यक्त्वा
त्यक्त्वा
Satyakatva Dhanani cha
धनानि च
आचार्याः पितरः पुत्रा
आचार्याः
आचार्यः
Acharya
पितरः
पितरः
पुत्राः
पुत्र
Putra
तथैव च पितामहाः
तथैव च
तथैव
Tataiva
च
cha
पितामहाः
पितामहः
Pitamaha
मातुलाः श्रवशुराः पौत्राः
मातुलः
Matula
मातुलः
श्रवशः
Shravashura
पौत्रः
Putra
श्रवशुरपौत्रः
शालाः सम्भदिनस्तथा
शालाः
शाला
Shala
संवदनस्तथा
सम्बन्धिनस्तथा
Samvadinastata
एतान्न हन्तुमिच्छामि
एतान्
एतान्
हन्तुमिच्छामि
हन्तुमिच्छामि
Ichami
घतोऽपि मधुसूदन
घतोऽपि
Gatopi
यतोऽपि
मधुसूदन
Madhusudana
मधुसूदन
अपि त्रैलोक्यराज्यस्य
अपि
अपि
त्रैलोक्यराज्यस्य
त्रैलोक्यराज्यस्य
Rajyasya
हेतोः किं नु मही कृते
हेतुः
Heto
किन्नु
हेतुः किं
Kim
नो
महि
no
मही
कृते
Mahi
कृते
Krute
निहत्य धार्तराष्ट्रान्नः
निहत्य धातराष्ट्रान्
निहत्याधार्तराष्ट्रानः
राष्ट्रन्ना
का प्रीतिः स्याज्जनार्दन
का
क्या
प्रीतिः
प्रीतिः स्य जनार्दन
स्याज्जनार्दन
We'll read it again. किं नो राज्येन गोविन्द
किं नो
किन्नो
राजेन
राज्येन
गोविन्द
गोविन्द
किं भोगैर्जीवितेन वा
किं
किं
भोगैर्जीवितेन
भोगैर्जीवितेन
वा
वा
येषामर्थे काङ्क्षितम्
येषामर्थे
येषामर्थे
काङ्क्षितम्
काङ्क्षितम्
नो राज्यं भोगः सुखानि च
नो
नो
राज्यं
राज्यं
भोगसुखानि
भोगसुखानि च
सुखानि च
तैमे अवस्थिता युद्धे
तैमे अवस्थिता
तैमेऽवस्थिता
युद्धे
युद्धे
प्राणांस्त्यक्त्वा धनानि च
प्राणां
प्राणां
त्यक्त्वा
त्यक्त्वा
धनानि च
धनानि च
आचार्याः पितरः पुत्रा
आचार्यः
आचार्या
पितरः
पितरः
पुत्र
पुत्राः
स्थितेव च पितामहाः
तथैव च
तथैव च
पितामहाः
पितामहः
मातुलः श्वशुरः पौत्रः
मातुलः
मातृः
श्वशुरः
श्वशुरः
पौत्राः
पौत्रः
शालः सम्बन्धिनस्तथा
शालः
शालासम्बन्धिनस्तथा
सम्बन्धनस्ततः
एतान्न हन्तुमिच्छामि
एतान्न
एतान्न हन्तुमिच्छामि
हन्तुमिच्छामि
घ्नतौ अपि मधुसूदन
हतो
हतोऽपि मधुसूदन
मधुसूदन
अपि त्रैलोक्यराज्यस्य
अपि
अपि
त्रैलोक्यराज्यस्य
त्रैलोक्यराज्यस्य
हेतोः किं नु मही कृते
हेतोः
हेतोः
किं
किन्नु मही कृते
मही कृते
निहत्य धार्तराष्ट्रान्न
निहत्य
निहत्य धार्तराष्ट्रान्
धार्तराष्ट्राण्य
का प्रीतिः स्याज्जनार्दन
का
का
प्रीतिः
प्रीतिः स्याज्जनार्दन
स्याज्जनार्दन
Would someone like to try and recite one by one, one verse? Yes? Anyone like to try?
Sure, I'll
Yes,
go ahead.
Chintich. Go for 32.
किं नो राज्येन गोविन्द
किं नो राज्येन
राजेन
गोविन्द
गोविन्द
किं भोगैर्जीवितान् वा
किं भोगैर्जीवितेन वा
भोगैर्जीवितेन
येषाम् अर्थे कनिक्षतां नो
येषामर्थे
मध्ये
काङ्क्षितम्
काङ्क्षायतम्
राज्यं भोगः सुखे न च
नो
नो
राज्यं
राज्यं
भोगः
भोगा
सुखानि च.
सुखीनि च
Okay, so second verse. Anyone like to try? Piyush?
Yes, sure.
Yeah.
त इमे वस्थित युद्धे
त इमे अवस्थिता युद्धे. That S which you see in the middle is a, you know. So the ime. Do you know how to read Devanagari or reading from the English?
Trying to read Prabhuji from the
Devanagari?
Devanagari. Yes,
Okay,
yes.
so if you read the Devanagari, the ime, that S which you see is read as a. The ime avasthita yuddhe.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So that S is a actually a.
Okay, okay.
Yeah,
I'll
yeah.
start again.
Yeah, sure.
त इमे अवस्थिता युद्धे
त इमे अवस्थिता युद्धे
अवस्थिता युद्धे
प्रणास्तत् प्रणास्त्यकत्वधननि च
प्राणांस्त्यक्त्वा
प्राणां त्यक्त्वा धनानि च.
धनानि च
धनानि च
आचार्य पितरः Sorry.
Yeah, it's
Acharya Pitara Putras
Acharyaha
Acharya
Pitaraha
Pitara
Pitara
Putras
Putra
Tathaiva cha Pitamaha
Tathaiva cha
Pitamaha
Pitamaha
Matulaha Shvasuraha Potra
Matulaha
Matula
Shvashuraha
Shastra
Potraha
Shyalaha Sambandhinastatha
Shyalaha
Shala
Sambandhinastatha.
Sambandhinastata.
Sambandhinasthatha.
Okay, someone would like to read 34 and 35? Anyone to give a try? Yeah, go for it, Abhijit.
Matula Shvashura Putra.
Sorry, 35. Sorry, 34 is already done.
35.
Sorry, yeah.
Okay. Apitrailokya Rajasya
Api Trailokya Rajyasya
Rajasya
Hoto Kinnu Mahi Krute
Hetoh Kim
Hetoh
Nu
Kim
Mahi
Mahi
Krate
Krute
Nihatya Dharta Rashtrana
Nihatya Dharta
Dhartra
Rashtrannah
Rashtrana
Kaprita Sajjanardana
Ka Priti
Kapriti
Janardana.
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 Okay, translation. Rahul, would you like to read the translation?
Yes. Is it O Govinda of what?
Yes,
From
yes,
there? All
yes.
right. So, O Govinda, of what avail to us are a kingdom, happiness, or even life itself, when all those for whom we may desire them are now arid on this battlefield? O Madhusudana, when teachers, fathers, sons, grandfathers, maternal uncles, father in law, grandson, brother in law, and other relatives are ready to give up their lives and priority and properties are standing before me, why should I wish to kill them, even though they might otherwise kill me? O maintainer of all living entities, I am not prepared to fight with them, even in exchange for the three worlds, let alone this earth. What pleasure will we derive from killing the sons of the Dhritarashtra?
Hmm.
That's it, right?
Yeah. So, what is Arjuna saying? I'll just give you a brief gist. Say if you are a captain of a sports team, yeah, cricket, yeah, since all of us are Indians here. So say cricket, you are the captain of that team. And in the process, so there is a match, yeah, you will win the World Cup after you win that match of cricket, which you are the captain of. And if so happens that for that, after you win, everything will be destroyed in this world. Yeah, you will win the World Cup, but after that, everything in this world will be destroyed. That is what we are talking. Everyone is fighting. Everything will be destroyed. Yeah, then you will get the World Cup. How would you feel? Number one. And now on top of that, someone tells you that destruction and killing of everyone, that also you have to do. So you'll get the World Cup, everything will be destroyed, and you have to destroy everything after you win the World Cup. How's that? What will you do with that World Cup? That is what Arjuna is telling Krishna. What will I do with that? You see, where is he coming from? वो सब खत्म हो जाएगा. Everything will be destroyed. Because there were millions and billions of soldiers there. Everything will be destroyed. There will be Brahmastra which will be going on each other. This is the kind of nuclear weapons, literally, which we talk about now, which destroy the whole country. Those kind of weapons were used in Mahabharata. So when we're talking about that, how he says, what will be the use of that? So his argument is, what will be that enjoyment? What will be that happiness? Yeah, we will see the different angle later. But this is what Arjuna's question is. Enjoyment. So the first argument which he has done so far, that he doesn't want to fight, was what? Because of his, yes, anyone? Which verses and what was his argument? Verses 1.26 to 1.30. Yes?
Yes.
Arjuna Vishad Yog.
Yeah.
What was his first argument? Compassion. Correct? 1.26 to 1.30. 1.31 to 35. His argument is enjoyment. How will I enjoy? Yes?
Hmm.
So I have a question here.
Who's this?
So
Sorry.
this is Rahul.
Yes, Rahul.
Yeah. See, if inaction can eradicate destruction, then why not opt for that? And that's what his mindset is.
At the moment, not inaction. At the moment, he's talking about enjoyment. He'll talk about inaction later. So he is compassionate in the previous verses from 26 to 30, that how can I kill my relatives? And now he's saying that how will I enjoy after killing everyone? That is his second argument. See, this comes from a lot of thoughts. You see, now when you have something which is you have hard earned, or you have done something great to achieve a certain result, you want to share that. Correct? That result which you have achieved, if you have no one to share with, there is no joy. Try to think this. You get a job, a very high paying job. You are desperate to inform someone. Only then that joy actually satisfies you. Correct? Until that, it is excitement only. It is not satisfaction of the joy. Yes? See, this is the reason the whole Facebook industry is running. You share, instantly. That's how this all things are running. Good or bad, share immediately. So if you don't have that enjoyment to share, why should I fight? He's thinking that. This war is of no use. This is what he's telling him, Krishna. If I kill my own people, kill everyone here, and what else he's saying? Why should I wish to kill them, even though they might otherwise kill me? He's saying, even if it's okay if they kill me, I'm not prepared to fight with them, even in exchange for the three worlds, let alone this earth. What pleasure will we derive from killing the sons of Dhritarashtra? So his perception is totally changed. Yes? And what is the reason of this perception? We had discussed last time. His
Emotions.
senses.
Senses.
Yeah, senses. What did he do? He saw everyone, and from there he got bewildered. So senses derive a sense perception, which it registers in your mind, and mind then takes you to the lower levels in your consciousness. Yeah, that is the understanding. Now his mind is being affected. So senses generated sense perception. Perception has actually developed into emotions, and they starting him physically, affecting him physically, which he has already mentioned. His throat is dried up, his limbs are quivering, his hands are sweaty, and now he is arguing from his mind, saying that how will I enjoy after winning this battle? So Arjun is lamenting here.
So I have two questions here.
Who's this?
This is Rahul again.
Yes, Rahul. Yes.
Yeah. So number one, what I understand is it's his love it's his love for his family that's making him think like this. So would you say that it's wrong to love, or is love a weakness? That is one. And my second question is it about his own enjoyment, or is it about he's thinking about others?
Hmm. What do you think? What enjoyment is he talking about?
Yeah, because he speaks about winning over the world at the cost of his family members. So,
So, which enjoyment is he talking about? His own, right?
so is
Yes?
it his own enjoyment, or is it the guilt of killing others? I'm confused between the two.
Okay. There is no guilt, there is compassion. If there was guilt of killing others, that will come later. Guilt, what is guilt? Anyone? What is guilt?
Yeah, your inner consciousness where you feel that you've done something wrong,
Correct.
but you cannot express it.
Is he saying that I'm doing something wrong?
No.
Can you sense guilt here, Rahul? Can you sense guilt?
No, guilt won't be the
No.
right word, but
Yeah. So guilt is not at the moment, it is more on his own enjoyment he's thinking about. If you read what he says, avail to us are a kingdom, happiness, or even life itself, and all those for whom we may desire, they are not arrayed on this bitter battlefield. Why should I wish to kill them, even though they might otherwise kill me? What of avail us are a kingdom? What is the use of this kingdom? So when someone says, what is the use of this kingdom if I get this kingdom by killing everyone? Means he's thinking about whom will I share this happiness of kingdom with? Whom will I share this enjoyment of this kingdom with? Does it make sense, Rahul?
so are you deriving a selfish connotation from here?
Selfish. What is selfish?
Thinking about your own self.
Yes. Then it is yes.
Okay,
Yeah. Isn't it?
understood. Yes, okay.
So if we can think by putting ourselves into Arjuna's shoes, then we are understanding Bhagavad Gita correctly. Do not take Arjuna as third person. That
I
is
second that.
why
Yes.
address yourself. Wouldn't we be thinking the same way? If I have to kill everyone, you give me this kingdom, whom I'm going to share the kingdom with?
But that is not what actually is happening, right? Because he still have his own brothers and his own followers.
Hmm? What? Say that again.
But that is not the case that he is killing everybody. That there will not be anyone alive after that.
Okay.
He still has his own brothers, like rest of the Pandavas, and some people will be left from
Okay.
I
from
think
his army.
Okay.
I think destruction is evident out of this war. So
Very
he
nice.
knows that he will
Who's
be
that?
losing everything.
Sorry,
Rahul.
sorry. Rahul. Yeah.
Rahul.
Very,
Rahul.
very nice analysis. Very nice observation. Very nice observation. Yes. Do we know the numbers of Mahabharat? Anyone?
What do you mean by numbers?
Numbers of soldiers, numbers of warriors,
Oh,
number of people
no,
fighting each
I
other.
wouldn't. I wouldn't know that.
Yeah. Talking
No,
about crores and crores. Now, the size of Mahabharat, you can Google that up. Numbers of soldiers fighting in Mahabharat. Pretty much every kingdom, that is why it is known as Mahabharat. Every kingdom of this planet was fighting with each other. That was the size of the war. And what Arjun was seeing as a warrior, yes, he's fought, as a soldier, he has fought so many battles before. With the size of this war, he was pretty much thinking on that ground, what will be left? Does it answer your question, Kalpesh? Or will the destruction be only on the Kaurava side? Will it not be on the Pandava side at all?
it will be on both sides.
Absolutely, yes.
But then he's on the ground to do a job,
Good. You're
and
thinking like that. Good.
then he's like in two minds after if everyone has assembled to the ground to play cricket match, and then he's thinking, "Ye match khelu ya nahi khelu."
Isn't that normal? Which happens with a human being? When he plans something, I will do this, but when he actually goes to do that, it's very difficult
Yeah,
sometimes.
the simplest example, शादी का लड्डू खाए तो भी पछता है, नहीं खाए तो भी पछता है. But yeah, we can't relate this to Arjuna. But yeah, one of the simple examples in a human life.
Sir,
Uh,
that brings me to another question.
yeah.
Do you think if he did not listen to Krishna, it would have been best for him because it was Krishna who led him to fight
Oh,
and that got him killed?
that we can discuss after chapter 18th.
Okay. Yeah.
Because at the moment he's in a confused state. So let Krishna speak first. We'll give him a chance.
Okay. Let's hear him.
Yeah. So yeah, keep, and make your own notes. I mean, on your grounds, try to understand and put yourself in Arjuna's shoes. Maybe we haven't seen, of course, we haven't seen a situation like this, what Arjuna has seen. Definitely not that situation. Our situation may be about 1 millionth times of that, less stressful. But don't we get bewildered? I mean, the times when we say that, okay, we plan this and we do this, and when you are executing that, it's very hard. We're talking about killing, crores of people. I mean, millions of people together. You're killing them, and then he'll have further arguments. But what I'm saying is, isn't that something which you will think that how many people will I have in my kingdom left after these people kill each other? Yes, Abhijit, please.
Sir, here I want to add a point that uh, the opposite army, the opposition for Arjun, okay, he is seeing all his relatives as well as some who wanted or desired to fight with him or against the Kauravas, who have been pulled into the Kaurava army. And one feeling, what I feel Arjun is having is, there is a song, uh, कितने काम करने बाकी थे, कितना बोलना बाकी था किसी को. It is like there are friends whom he wanted to
Mm.
show his gratitude, his opulences. There are
Mm.
friends whom he could not speak to at all before the battle, and he fears that in future he will not be able to see them either because they are dead or he is dead.
Mm.
That is why he is getting bewildered, overwhelmed, and more compassionate, and the sympathy
Yeah,
what he
very
is
good.
getting.
Very good observation. Yeah, you're looking at people who are your friends. You're looking at people who are your relatives, long distant relatives whom
No,
you would want to catch
yes,
up. You would want to talk. You
yes.
would want to share something. But now you are at the, at a assembling for killing them. Yeah, there may be people
Killing
whom you
them or
want.
getting killed.
They're getting
Killing
killed.
them,
Yeah,
he's
yeah.
he's very much he's very much modest by thinking that either they are going to get killed or maybe
Mm,
even they can kill me, and that is
absolutely.
because they have been.
Yeah, it's hard to put yourself in Arjuna's shoe. Trust me. The more you think about Arjun, na, you will realize this how difficult it is. I mean, you see, with this small little calamity which we are facing at the moment, a little virus, one relative in the family goes away, man, it's a big loss. It's a big loss. We're talking about all the relatives here. I think we are not gauging the
Mm.
situation. You know, we're talking out of the field as a
Pro-
commentator.
Prabhu, the reason we are not gauging is because they have not decided overnight to come on the battlefield, right?
Hmm.
They have done so much of planning to get there, and to get there, and then you're thinking, यार टॉस तो हो गया अभी खेलूं या नहीं खेलूं.
Can't we say about COVID as well?
Like for example,
It's not overnight, right? It happened over a period of times, right?
hmm,
So things do not happen like that, you know. Till the last moment you think here we will escape. Something will happen, some magic will happen, and we will be saved.
that magic is hope, right? That's God. That's I'm not God, but like
I know
it-
what you mean, but he's at that situation. He has to kill. He has to fight with all his relatives, plus other all these hundreds and thousands of millions of people. He has to kill, bloodshed fully. Yes, Abhijit.
Sir, since you spoke about COVID, and I have gone through this situation,
Hmm.
so I would like to answer Kalpesh also, that like when Prabhuji said that one person is infected in the family, and you, just looking at myself, how I could stand in place of Arjun, I'll tell you, because my dad, when he was sent to the hospital, I did not know what is going to happen. I believe I had approached Prabhuji also, that this is the situation, and Prabhuji only told me one thing, that keep your faith in God. the the bhakti should be on. You should be doing the bhakti, and really speaking, after putting myself into that, I have never faced any question in my life, because I only have that thing, that yes, I am in the hands of God. That's the only thing. And Arjun, for now, he has come out of that. He is the best bhakt. He is being the friend of Krishna. He is the best bhakt. But somehow Krishna only has put what do you say, a big curtain in front of him, which is showing him the results of the war and all those things, and he's not realizing what he is there for.
I think you have read the introduction very nicely, Abhijit. I can hear that. Everyone reading Bhagavad Gita introduction? Yes? Have you read all the 32 pages?
Yes.
Piyush, Kalpesh, Kshitij, Rishi?
In progress, Prabhu.
Very good. Please read it. This is all coming from there. Srila Prabhupada has explained very nicely. Arjun has been put into that position because he's already a devotee of the Lord. But the reason why he's put into position so the Bhagavad Gita can be spoken. This is a deep understanding. I mean, of course, there is a war. But this is a kind of a background understanding you should have. Why Arjun is doing this, even after being such a great devotee of the Lord.
Does
Because
that mean
he
we are only
is. Sorry?
sorry?
Yeah, carry on, Kalpesh. What was it?
Does that mean that we are only actors?
Wow, kya baat hai. Very good.
It's very true.
You actually said it very correctly. Do you think we are not?
So I sit on the chair all day rocking.
I think we are. Don't we act?
200% yes.
Yes, Rishi. You
Prabhuji,
haven't spoken today. I am hearing you now.
sorry, I joined late. Sorry.
Okay. Yeah.
Actually, this is really a fact. Kalpesh has said very correctly that we are all actors in the stage of life, but that can lead very easily to complacency. That sab to acting hai. Why take it seriously? But that is very important. It is acting, but it's not acting also. Like you can't take it out of context.
Yeah, that is where Bhagavad Gita comes into picture. So when Krishna
I think we
answers
all
this
are.
question, so all these questions will be asked. Don't worry. All
So I
this is
think.
coming up. All this
So
is
I
coming
think
up.
we all are Arjunas, and we everybody has that Arjun in him or her, and they all go through that situation wherein they spend some time in introspection, retrospection, and to come up with answers.
Do you have?
So
Does someone want to add something to it? Rahul, right? Rahul, you said this?
yes, Rahul, yes.
Yeah, Rahul is saying everyone has an Arjun inside him. Someone wants to add something more?
Everyone has a Krishna also inside him.
And there is one more person,
Krishna.
third person.
Himself.
Duryodhana.
Oh, Duryodhan.
Duryodhan.
Yeah.
Very good. Yeah. वो भी निकलता है कभी कभी.
Why Duryodhan?
नहीं, कभी कभी नहीं, ज्यादा ही निकलता है.
ज्यादा निकलता है. Very nice, Piyush. Yeah. वो जब भी कम निकलेगा ना, when it starts diminishing, then you can have this barometer in you that yes, my process of my spiritual path which I have taken is working. So I think we
Why
discussed last
Duryodhan?
time. It's like what is that the doctors do?
Sine wave.
Cardiogram.
Cardiogram. So you'll see Duryodhan jumping,
Yeah.
frequently. But then when you follow your spiritual path, reading, chanting, thinking about the Lord Supreme and understanding, doing this Krishna Katha, then Duryodhan will come like this and then slowly it will come. But the frequency will reduce. That's when the realization, when you talk about self-realization, it is that. When you see that my Duryodhan is coming out less, Arjun is coming out more, और कभी कभी एक छींटा कृष्ण का भी पड़ जाता है. And have this kind of experience, ना ये हो रहा है. Then मैं जो कर रहा हूँ ना ये सही कर रहा हूँ. I should continue doing this. That's how you choose your spiritual path, not by the number of people following someone. Okay?
Very well
Not by
said.
emotionally, not by emotions. Yeah, that's how you should choose your path. This is called realized. So there is knowledge, which is called Jnanam, and there is Vijnana, which is applied knowledge. So try to go for Vijnana, don't go for Jnana.
I think
And
you're
then there
talking
is
like a
Vidya,
professor
which is
now, sir.
education. Sorry,
Prabhuji,
yeah.
Prabhuji, it feels you're talking like a professor now.
Yeah. Sorry if I sounded like
So
that.
that's good.
Yeah. So, and the difference between Vidya and Jnana is that Vidya is just education. You read, you know. But when you apply, then it becomes Vigyan or applied knowledge. So try to have a realization rather than just analyzing and reading. So this is where you put yourself in Arjun's shoes and think about it. So we'll end our discussion here with 35. We'll start with 36, verse 36 next time. And exercise again, as usual, is for you. What is the third argument of Arjun? The verses to read would be 36 till, just give me a moment, 36 to 38. Only 3 verses, 36, 37, 38. So if you read these verses and analyze, we'll do a little bit of more discussion on 35 also next time, but then we will jump on to 36 to 38. That's the next argument from Arjun. And then there is one more argument in this chapter, which we will do the week after. And then we will conclude upon all the arguments which Arjun is. In chapter 2, Krishna starts speaking. So by chapter 1 end, we should be all consolidated and on the same page so that we can hear Krishna.
So till 40, I think so. All the reasoning and arguments are going on. So should we?
No, till 43 it will be.
Yeah.
Even in
So
chapter 2,
should we
first
also
verses
do?
also. No.
Should
Just
we?
do 36 to 38 at the moment.
Okay.
Just, we'll restrict our practice to that so that you get more time for these verses. 36 to 38 have the next argument. So you have to come up, what is that argument after reading these verses? So we can discuss on that. Any more questions or comments? Yes, Rishi.
Just one question, Prabhuji. Why we call it argument, not his question? Because the way I am seeing this, what I'm interpreting, maybe wrong, but it is questions that he's seeking validation from Krishna. Okay,
Correct.
tell me if this is.
Yeah.
I just wanted to tell me
Questions,
that it is right.
you can say that questions. Yeah, he's asking questions, but it's not a question. He's not asking. He has made up his mind to not to fight. If you see, he doesn't want to. So at the end of this chapter, he will keep his Gandhi away, which will be the action, which means that he doesn't want to fight. So this is a ground which is not asking questions. So if you read, see what is the use of this? Why should I do this? It's not. So when I say, what is the use of this kingdom for me after getting all this? That's not a question if you look at it. So a question, if I want to put a question, should be, hey Krishna, should I fight or no for this kingdom? I mean, he's asking this question.
Yeah.
But if you look at it, it's just a simple statement with a saying that why should I do this if it is not going to bring me any happiness? So I'm not going to fight. He'll conclude. So it's like an argument where he is already decided what to do, and he's just putting a few phrases to come to the conclusion of that argument.
Okay.
That's the reason we say it's an argument.
Does he not say that, Krishna, you kill me, but I am not ready to kill others?
No, he doesn't say that you kill me.
Doesn't he say that, okay, I keep my bow and arrow down, I don't want to fight. You take away my life, I don't want to kill anybody.
No, he doesn't say that in Bhagavad Gita. Where did you find it?
When I read Gita.
Okay. Do you know which verse?
I will not remember. It's a big fat this thing.
Yeah. I think if you are referring to this question or the argument, it would be in chapter 1. If you can find the verse, as far as I know, it doesn't say that Krishna, you kill me.
Not exactly kill me, but isn't it like I am ready to lose, like
that is
my
different.
life?
Yeah, that is different. That is a different argument. but we will come to that. But he doesn't say, Krishna, you kill me. Yeah, he
Yeah.
will say that even if they kill me, these other people are, he's saying here also that
Yes.
you know they, even though they might otherwise kill me, so he's stating here as well.
Verse 45.
So 35 he's saying this, and further also he will just strengthen this argument of his.
34 also is saying, "Oh Madhusudana, when teachers, fathers, sons, grandfathers, maternal uncles, father-in-laws, grandsons, brothers-in-law, and other relatives are ready to give up their lives and properties and are standing before me, why should I wish to kill them?" That seems like an argument to me.
Yeah, no, what Rahul is saying that Arjun's statement is that if they kill me, even I am happy to get killed. You know, Eh, if they want to kill me, they can. He's saying that in a verse further, but he doesn't ask Krishna to kill him. No, he might state
No.
that
Yeah.
yes. So we'll come to that. Yeah,
So I
it's
did
coming
not
soon.
see anywhere.
Coming soon. Dot dot dot. Yeah.
So anywhere I did not see that he says I'm happy to be killed. He
No,
said
no, no,
they
no.
can kill them.
Yeah.
I'm
They
ready
At
to
the
give
can
up my
kill
moment,
them.
life.
at
It
the
is.
moment he's saying this, but he'll strengthen his argument later
Hmm.
when we come to the next verses. But at the moment, you read the verses from 36 to 38 and try to see what is his next argument. That will be something
Kshitij,
interesting.
I have sent on the group.
Yeah.
Okay,
Okay.
so Rahul and I think we have lost Vinod.
Yeah, yeah,
So
one
Rahul,
guy.
uh, if you would like to join group 1 or group 2, you can all decide. Please, one of you, please add Rahul into your discussions so that you
Charles,
can do the exercise over the week.
which group? Piyush, I
Make your
think so.
favorite
You had
number.
taken Viren, right, last time?
Okay,
You guys can take Rahul.
so you guys,
Okay,
if you want to discuss, you can continue discussing. I'll drop
fine,
off.
fine.
Yeah, you
No
can discuss
problem.
about and add Rahul into your groups. Okay.
Yeah,
Yeah,
Rahul,
have a nice weekend. I'll catch you next week. Hare Krishna.
sure. Hare
Hare Krishna,
Krishna.
brother.
Hare
Hare
Krishna.
Hare
Krishna.
Hare
Krishna.
Krishna.
So, okay, Rahul, we'll add you in the group one.